It is a cool day on October 1st here in Viking Stadium. The Vikings are still undefeated, and a win tonight puts Haslett in the playoffs. Will Portland be able to upset the Vikings here at home, or will it be another strong win for the Vikings? We will leave that to the game. Get ready, Viking fans. It's homecoming, and it's time for Viking football. Hello, everyone, and I'm Andy Hartman tonight with Dominic Pecora as my broadcasting partner. And tonight, the Haslett Vikings take on the Raiders of Portland. And Dom, after an impressive win last week, 63-23 at Imlay City, do you think the Vikings are going to be prepared tonight?
Well, Haslett's displayed the kind of tenacity all season long that's brought them to this 5-0 mark, one win away from a playoff appearance. Portland has had an unsuccessful year, which is uncharacteristic for that team. Right now, they are 2-3. They have losses to Fowlerville, DeWitt, and a very embarrassing loss to Perry. So I expect to see the Vikings dominate early. If Portland has any chance, they got to get it done. They got to get the ball in the end zone early.
Yeah, and also the Vikings have that very dangerous backfield attack. And what exactly is Portland going to have to do to stop that?
Well, there's nothing you can really do for Peter to contain Peter Ehrig, Adam Hinman, and Ben Murray. That's why the Vikings are so dominant. I don't see an answer for Portland, and I think it's going to be a long night for the Red Raiders.
Well, we'll be right back here with the opening kickoff. It's homecoming. I hope you stay with us on TV 25. What's that?
We'll go over good for you guys. What'd you guys talk about?
Oh, we talked about Portland's really got no chance.
No, I have a head cold. TV 25.
Awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Homecoming, where tonight your Haslett Vikings will take on the visiting Raiders of Portland. It's going to be a very exciting game tonight, Dom, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely, Andy. Portland are having a very difficult season, but they'll bring it all tonight, I'm sure.
Well, right now we're going to throw it down to Lawton Luntz. Lawton?
Thanks, guys, and welcome everyone to homecoming at Haslett High School as the #4 state-ranked Vikings get ready to take on the 2-3 Portland Raiders. The Vikings currently are playing excellent football. I spoke earlier with a very relaxed Coach Aluski, and he said a victory shouldn't even be a problem as long as his defense stays physical and the offense continues to come up off the ball as they have been, totaling over 1,100 offensive yards in the past 2 games. As for the Raiders, Portland's coming off a very tough loss to Perry. Coach John Morena says his goals tonight are to hit, wrap, and to play emotion on every single play. A Portland Raider victory tonight would definitely spoil a Haslett homecoming. Now we'll go back up to Andy and Dominic.
Thanks, Lawton. Very good comments there made by Lawton Luntz. Very true, though. A win tonight would clinch the Vikings into the playoffs.
Portland's still a fine team, Andy, but very uncharacteristic of them this time of year to be 2-3. This team has been a playoff team the past few years. They've just had some rocky losses, a very embarrassing loss, and as we mentioned in the introduction to Perry. But it's homecoming. They know this is a big game. They know Haslett went to the Silverdome last year, and they're going to bring it up tonight.
Yeah, definitely heartbreaking losses, considering that Haslett, we only beat them 14-6 last year, Dom, and this is like a totally different team this year.
Well, Portland lost some big seniors as well, and the game was played in Portland. As everyone remembers, Ryan Walker with the big interception to wrap that game up late. But 2 different teams this year. Vikings pretty much on the same level. Portland maybe went down a step or 2. Be a very interesting game tonight.
Well, let's see if the Vikings can maintain the momentum to get into the playoffs tonight, Dom.
And behind that man right there, you can't see us coming up short.
There's a shot of the fans. They look very pumped tonight for homecoming.
Oh, yeah. It is packed in here. You cannot imagine what it's like in here unless you've been here.
Very exciting tonight. A lot of fun activities going on this week.
Oh yes, we had retro day on Monday, and
There's a shot of the van. There's wonderful shots of the parade earlier today.
a lot of parents taking around the kiddies.
Downtown
for a nice
Haslett.
walk.
Lots of fans coming out.
Yes, indeed.
Overall, an exciting day for everyone.
It's great this time of year in this town.
And we're getting ready here for the opening kickoff. Looks like the Vikings will receive, Dom.
Yes, they won the toss and elected to receive. Obviously, you want to run the ball early and often on Portland.
And also, the Vikings probably will continue that same mentality of that triple back threat with Murray, Hinman, and Eric. Very dangerous.
Most definitely. Those three elusive backs are unbelievable. They continue to rack up the yards. And also, a welcome addition back to the defense is cornerback Alex Williams, who was suspended one game for the late hit against Williamson. His first home game back, rather.
And here we go. The kick's off in the air. Number 22, Peter Eric, will be back to receive. He fumbles the ball, picks it up, and he's got a little running room. He's brought down on the 20-yard line.
Nice recuperation by Eric to keep his concentration, pick up the ball, and still get it at the 20-yard line.
Again,
So the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line.
defense is not a spectator area.
We often talk about Andy, is Coach O going to air the ball out early? Tonight, I think you kind of want to see what Portland's defense is made of. I'd be very surprised if we saw too much of Shibley early.
Shibley looking over the defense here. 1st down. There's a handoff to Eric. Slips a little bit. He breaks free. He's got one man to beat. Cuts back. Oh, finally brought down. Huge gain there by Peter Eric, Dom.
I think they're calling a fumble, Andy. It looked like Eric was down. Portland's players are celebrating, and it is Portland ball. What a shame.
Tough break there after that humongous gain there by Eric. Great run.
I got to disagree with that call, Andy. It looked like Eric was down. I could be wrong, but unbelievable run by Eric to start the game. It's very unfortunate Portland will take over here.
Yeah, very unfortunate there, Dom. Something Haslett doesn't want to do is turn over the ball here too early in the game.
Wow. Peter Eric fumbling the ball is a rarity, and I'm not so sure he fumbled on that play.
So Portland will take over here, 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. There's a pitch to number 44,
Got a penalty flag down, Andy. That's Colt's option.
That pitch was to Brian Martin, and there's a flag on the play.
Gain of about a yard. We do have a flag.
Looks like it is going to be on the Vikings.
I think they're going to call face mask there.
And
looks like, I'm sorry, Andy.
yes, and it will be face masking against the Vikings. That'll be an automatic 1st down.
Makes it 1st down at the 4.
Take a look at that Peter Eric replay there, Dom.
Oh, I guess we'll get our look right here. Look for his knees.
Nope, it was knocked loose.
I stand corrected. Ball was knocked loose. Very unfortunate for Haslett.
So off that penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 now for Portland on the 46-yard line. They're moving the ball here a little bit, Dom, in the 1st.
With help of the face masking penalty.
Nice counter there. Hand off to number 24, Josh Spahn. And he's one of the talented, one of the 4 talented players that Portland has. That's very dangerous.
Yeah, they do have a nice backfield, Andy. That's one of the traits that hasn't failed them so far this year. Also, they have big play receiver Jordan Goodman, so look out for him tonight.
So after that 4-yard gain, it'll be 2nd and 6 now for the Raiders. Derek Fultz looks to throw. Off the hands of number 32, Jason Pohl, one of those another dangerous receivers. And that'll bring up 3rd down now for the Raiders.
Nice job by the Viking defense as Wayne Butler and Ryan Walker were in pass defending there. It'll bring up a 3rd and long here for Portland.
I'm going to have to say that they're going to probably have to pass here, Dom. Probably caught the Vikings there off a little bit on that last pass play.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what Fultz has in his armor. Shown the ability to option so far. See what he does third and long.
Fultz there with the option. Pitches it out to
Number 52,
number 24 there, Jason Spahn again for a gain of a couple. So it'll bring up 4th and 2 now for the Raiders.
Nice play by the...
Oh, I'm sorry, Dom.
The Haslett defense coming up big there on third down, and Portland has a decision here early in Viking territory. However, I doubt that Coach John Navarra is going to want to gamble too far too quickly.
So it looks like they are going to punt here, and number 28, Alex Williams, back deep for the Vikings to return the punt. Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. Portland calls the timeout. Something you don't want to waste here too early, though, already, Dom. With only 10 minutes left here in the first quarter, they already spent a timeout.
Well, it looked like there might have been a little confusion in the Portland huddle there. Possibly a fake that could have gone awry. But we don't know, as they're going to try to straighten things out right now during the timeout. And Coach Port looks either very fired up or very livid with his troops out there in the huddle right now.
Well, I would say he's probably very fired up because they're, even though Portland is moving the ball a little bit, the defense is still playing very well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a shot of number 72, Mike Douglas. So bring up 4th and 3 now for the Raiders. After that timeout, Alex Williams is still back deep to punt. Oh, movement.
And that is very, very unfortunate for the Vikings. The Cardinals sin, you cannot jump off sides on a punt with less than 5 yards to go. Lack of concentration there. They really need to work on that.
So that'll bring on the penalty. That'll bring an automatic first down there for the Raiders.
When you have a young team like Portland, Andy, and you give them extra lives early, this can only bolster their confidence, and this is very, very unfortunate for the Vikings that this happened. They really need to keep their composure. Defense needs to hang tough.
There's a shot of the Viking mascot, Victor Viking. Fultz hands off to number 32, Jason Pohl, who may have lost a couple yards on that carry down.
4-yard line. A loss on the play will make it 2nd down. Ball at the 44.
I believe he lost
So
about 2 yards, Andy.
So bring up probably 2nd and 10 now.
2nd and 13.
Portland tried to be tricky there, but the Vikings sniffed it out.
Navarro looks a little hesitant to use Fultz's arm early.
Fultz there, looks like on the quarterback keeper, doesn't get anywhere, and he is brought down by number 25, Chris Boyce, very quickly, and he may have gained a yard, and he'll bring up 3rd and 13 now for the Raiders.
Nice tackle by Boyce there. A little unfair for number 55, Todd Stump, as he was kind of left by himself to block 2 Viking defenders, and Bolt was only able to manage about a yard to bring up 3rd and very long here, 3rd and 12.
So brings up 3rd and 12 here for the Raiders. Probably need to pass here, Dom.
I'm sure they'll go to the air, Andy.
Fultz here looking to throw, testing the arm. Comes up short. Pass was intended for number 84, Brian Abbott.
Bad pass there by Fultz, is looking for the intended Brian Abbott. He's got to get that ball on target at the 38-yard line where it's supposed to be. Instead, it lands at the 40. Hence, 4th down and long here, and looks like they'll be punting again.
So it'll be 4th and 12 now here, as Alex Williams this time goes back deep.
Come on, defense, let's go!
Number 24, Jason Spahn kicks it up. Alex returns it at the 25-yard line, makes a move at the 30, cuts it up to about the 35-yard line. Nice return there by Alex Williams.
Great to have Alex Williams back in the lineup. Unbelievable special teams player as well on defense. Great return, great stutter steps. Had the Portland special team players guessing. Very nice return.
Oh, there's a flag on the field. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Vikes, so that's going to bring that kick return back 10 yards there.
That's a shame. At times there's just too much open space for it to be legal.
One thing the Vikings are doing already that they don't want to continue is the early penalties, Dom, and that's going to hurt them in the long run if it continues.
They need to concentrate. I know they're all fired up. It's homecoming.
So
got to relax and play their football.
It'll be first and 10 for the Vikings here on their own 20-yard line.
After the penalty for
Well, let's see how the Viking offense responds, Andy, is the unfortunate fumble on the first series after a huge gain by Peter Ehrig. Don't expect Coach O to shy away. The ball will probably remain in Eric's hands sometime soon.
Shively here trying to draw the defense off sides. Oh, there's some movement on the field. There's another flag.
Andy, that looked like number 24, Josh Spawn, I believe, jumped there.
Yeah, yes, it will be on Portland, so that'll bring it up 5 yards there for the Vikings.
Both teams possibly, sorry Andy, both teams possibly some early game jitter so far, contributing to the penalties.
There's a shot of the many Viking Warriors on the sidelines there.
Yes.
Everyone playing very well, very hard. Shively hands it off to, looks like it was number 22, Peter Ehrig.
Portland defense.
Or maybe a gain of a couple.
Getting it done so far, aside from the big run.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 3 now for the Vikes on the 27-yard line.
2nd and 2. 2nd and 2.
Shively under center. Hands it off to number 33, Adam Hinman, who barrels forward for a few more yards.
Portland unwilling to give up anything up the middle. So far early, bring up 3rd down and short for the Vikings. Or did Hinman get the first down?
Get that
Oh, he
first
did.
down, so it will be a first down for the Vikings.
3.5.
Vikings moving the ball very well so far here, Dom. Official timeout there on the field. Looks like we got to move the chains there a little bit. A little confusion over there on the chain gang, Dom.
Yes, there was.
Shively here looks over at a 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. On the counter, hands it off to Peter Ehrig, makes a nice move, cuts it up. He's got some room, he's gone. Peter Ehrig is running. He's got one man to beat. It's going to be a touchdown, Vikings.
No flags on the play, Andy. An amazing run by Peter Ehrig as the senior star comes back and rebounds from the fumble on the first series. Excellent run by Ehrig. And the Vikings jump out on the scoreboard
Great
first.
blocking there on the offensive side, not to get a clip. He just broke free and he was gone.
The best back around right there, number 22. Excellent run.
It looks like it was a 70-yard run there, Dom. Just great speed. J.J. Danhoff with the extra point. It's up and it's good. And the Vikings jump out to an early 7-0 lead over the Raiders of Portland.
Well, Peter Ehrig can take control of the game. He's just that good. An unbelievable run, cut back. He looked like he had about a 3-yard gain. Broke it to the outside, cut back inside. Unbelievable.
Take a look there at that replay there, Dom, of Pete's run.
See Shively great on the fake. And Ehrig just looked like he was going to go out of bounds at the 40 or 45, cut back upfield. And smooth sailing there is number 30, Ben Murray. A great block downfield. Way to keep up on the play to secure the touchdown. Vikings lead 7-0 here.
There's a shot of Coach Port there. Must be very proud of the Vikings so far.
Well, they've had some bad plays, and then they've really overcome it so far with the penalties and the fumble, and yet they still find themselves leading 7-0, and that's the character of a great team.
Number 14, J.J. Danhoff gets set here for the kickoff. Number 32, Jason Poles back deep to return it. Takes it about to 10, hands it off to number 44. Fumble, he is hit right as he picks it up. Number 44, Brian Martin, was hit as soon as he picked up the ball.
That was Chris Colpine there on the tackle, Andy.
Excellent special teams right now so far, Dom.
Nice job by Colpine as he almost knocked the ball loose again. Nice work by Chris Colpine. and Portland will start deep in their own territory.
Let's go, Haslett!
Yeah, not the position Portland wants to be on their own 10-yard line here, Dom.
Definitely not. It's a tough defense like Haslett. That's a lot of yardage to try to gain.
Bring up 1st and 10 here. Derek Fultz running that option. Pushes it off to number 44, Brian Martin, but he is dropped quickly by a host of Vikings. He had nowhere to go there on that run.
Missed tackle there by number 53, Wayne Butler. His teammates were there, however, to bail him out and kept Portland to a minor gain of 3 yards.
So it'll be a 2nd and 8 now for the Vikings, or excuse me, for the Raiders on their own 13-yard line. Very impressive so far on the defensive side of the ball, not giving up the huge plays.
Yep. Very true.
There's a shot of number 51, Brad Hillenbrand, keeping the team pumped, trying to get the fans up. Very intense player.
Brad Hildebrand, definitely one of the team leaders. Anchors that defense with ease. Great player. And
So
Portland
looks
has a
like-
late substitution.
Yeah, a little late substitution here. Portland comes up here to the ball. You know, Dom, they're going to have to, Vikings have been doing it week after week, dominating their teams defensively as well as offensively. And the visiting team usually can't get anything started until late, and then by then it's too late. But right now there's number 5, the quarterback, Derek Fultz. He's got a breakaway. He's got one man to beat, Wayne Butler, and he's finally brought down. Huge gain there on that quarterback bootleg there. It looked like it would have been the option, but Fultz just hung on to the ball and got a huge gain there, Dom.
Excellent run there by Derek Fultz. It just caught the Vikings flat-footed, and a nice job by Wayne Butler to keep him from going all the way, stopping him at the Vikings 39-yard line. But great fake and great keeper by Fultz.
It seems like in this offense is centered around their quarterbacks so they can run the ball very quickly. They have very fast quarterbacks.
Well, as Fultz showed there, he does have great speed. And with number 44, Brian Martin in the backfield, this offense looks to be a little bit dangerous.
So it brings up 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line of the Vikings. Portland here threatening to move the ball. Handoff to number 44, Martin. Well, there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding on Portland. Tough break there for the Raiders.
Well, that'll knock them back 10 yards. Holding being one of the useless penalties in football, however, one of the most called.
Very true. So after that huge run, it's going to bring Portland back 10 more yards, and it's going to be 1st and a long 20 now, Dom.
Andy, when you go into another team's stadium and it's a team superior like Haslett, ranked number 3 in the state, when they give you breaks early, like Eric's fumble or the penalties, and you don't take advantage of it, you're digging yourself your own grave right there. So
Yep,
Portland really has to dig deep here, try to muster out a score, and get this game tied.
Fultz comes up here at the 1st and 21 on the 50-yard line here. Number 24, Jason Spahn in motion. Fultz looking to throw deep. Throws it out of bounds, intended for number 84, Brant Abbott. And Fultz is showing he's got quite an arm on him so far.
Got quite an arm though, Andy, but I do question his accuracy, as that ball was way out of bounds, almost hitting our JV cheerleaders down there, but nevertheless, he does have some arm strength.
So they'll bring up 2nd and 21 now. Portland here, I think it's miscues there, Dom. I mean, I think they're running the wrong plays at the wrong time. That would have been a good idea, but I think it was just maybe a little bit of a miscue.
Well, you saw Fultz on the option, stick with what works against this Vikings
Exactly.
defense.
Fultz here looking to throw. Oh, it hits number 80, Jordan Goodman, one of the top receivers, right in the hands, and he can't hang on to it.
Goodman, a normally very reliable receiver, has got to make that catch there. 3rd and 21 for your team, or 2nd and 21 on that play, rather. When you drop that kind of pass, it really hurts mentally. He's got to corral that ball.
Viking defense playing very well right now, Dom, wouldn't you say?
Oh, aside from the run to Fultz, Coach John Navarro doesn't seem to want to go back to him right now, but
looks like they may try. Oh, there's some movement.
Looks like Brandon Dutcher there.
Yeah, looks
Might
like
have jumped.
number 77 correct there, Dom. Brandon Dutcher may have jumped. So bring up Portland 5 yards. It's those mental miscues that may hurt him in the end.
3rd and 21, you want to keep him as far back as possible. Make him prove that Derek Foltz is a capable quarterback to get long yardage. Just a miscue by Brandon Dutcher, and Coach Atluski expresses his concern to him on the sideline. Nevertheless, still 3rd and a very long 16 yards to go for Portland.
I think they're going to have to look to the air again here. They're going to have to. Foltz' arm is very, very strong, but his receivers are just not hauling it in tonight.
Yep.
Number 24, Jason Spahn there in motion. Foltz looking to throw. He sees. Throws it to Spahn. He just overthrows him and throws it out of bounds.
Once again, Derek Foltz there, Andy, offline with a pass. Intended at about the 20-yard line for number 24. I believe that was Josh Spahn. But again, the ball was uncatchable even if Spahn was there, which he wasn't. Miscommunication in the passing game. I really believe that they should stick to what works right now, but that's why John Navarro's the coach, and I'm up here in the booth.
So number 28, Alex Williams, is going to be deep to receive here for the Vikings. Number 24, Josh Spahn back to punt. Kind of a weak punt there, kicks it on the ground away from Alex. He's going to let the Raiders just touch it and down it here on the 24-yard line. So the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line.
Well, after the big gain by Derek Foltz there, Andy, Haslett hung in there. They didn't allow Portland to go any further except for the 5 yards on the offsides penalty to Brandon Dutcher. But Haslett defense once again hanging in there and not giving an inch when they need to come up tough. And they came up tough there, so they get the ball back at the 21-yard line.
Shively here looking at 1st and 10. Hands it off to, he keeps it on the naked bootleg. Tries to get outside, is stopped by number 36, Dustin Goodrich, maybe for a loss of 1.
We're going to throw it down to Lawton on the sidelines. Lawton.
Thanks, Andy. I'm down here with Jake Lathrop, a senior here at Haslett High School. He's got some very interesting information for us. Now, we both know that spirit runs wild here at Haslett High School, but tell the people at home a little bit more about the Cone Club.
All right, well, last year about 5 guys got together and we all got some cones and brought them to the games and started cheering loud. And this year we got there's 3 guys returning. The other 2 are a little late today, but we painted them this year and we got the spirit going. We're going to lead them to the Dome this year and then we're going to win it this year.
The Spirit is going to carry him all the way to the Dome, the Cone Club. Andy, Dominic?
Thanks, Lawton, there for that wonderful interview with one of the Cone Club members.
Jake Lathrop,
Huge
a real
gain there on
character.
that pass there with Ryan Walker. Great pass, great play. And
Good blocking downfield as well, Andy, as we've seen very much here earlier for the Vikings.
almost broke away there, but one of the Portland players knocked the ball out of his hands here. But it'll be 1st down and 10 on the 38-yard line here, and the Vikings threatening here to score again. Shibes here looking to throw here on 1st down. Overthrows Ryan Walker off the hands of Derek Fox, number 5, almost intercepted.
Fun play there by Foltz, the quarterback, as he was able to knock that ball away a little over the head of Ryan Walker. Shibes got to come a little bit shorter with that ball, but Walker was open. Take a look at the replay here as we see Nick Shively back to pass. Oh, this is the Walker throw. An unbelievable blocking downfield by number 33, Adam Hinman, to carry Walker all the way to the 38-yard line. Great pass, great catch, great block.
This brings up 2nd and 10 here. The 38. Hand off to number 22, Peter Eric, makes a move. Makes another move, cuts back. He's got 1 man to beat. That's going to be another Viking touchdown. Peter Eric, very impressive.
Peter Eric showing the Barry Sanders-like skills so far tonight. Unbelievable run, great cutbacks. Peter Eric is invincible so far tonight.
And just when it seemed like Portland had some momentum going in their favor, Dom, Vikings get the ball back and just quickly put 7 up on the board.
Exactly. Peter Eric has the defense stymied right now. They don't know which way he's going to cut, and wherever he cuts, there's no one there. So they're finding the gaps, and Eric's tearing it up.
J.J. Danhoff's extra point attempt is good. So with 4:06 left to go in the 1st quarter, the Vikings lead the Raiders of Portland 14-0.
Haslett 14, Portland 0.
Excellent job by the offensive line as we take a look at the replay here. Erg with amazing moves, rumbles into the end zone for a second touchdown of the night. Unbelievable.
He's playing very well tonight so far. And we can hear in the background the bell sounding. New donated by the Key Club there, Dom. We got a bell now. Sounds how many points we score.
Very nice gesture by the Key Club.
Very nice touch.
Always doing their best to represent Haslett.
Portland's going to definitely have to get something started here. They don't want to get down any more points here before the end of the first quarter, Dom.
Well, 14 points on the road against Haslett, and Peter Herrick running the way he's running is nearly insurmountable, so they really need to turn it on right here and right now.
Here's a shot of Ben Murray and Jeff Thalen. Both playing very hard tonight. Murray with some excellent downfield blocks. Danhoff getting set ready here to kick. Kicks it off deep to number 32, Jason Pohl. Looks like he kicks it out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
That's going to be a legal procedure, Andy, and he'll bring the ball, I believe, up to the 35-yard line. As number 32 for Portland, Jason Pohl, very bravely let that ball roll out at the 2 as it was a live ball. But it works out for his team, and they'll start out with good field position.
Something Portland has been getting a lot of is great field position, actually, Dom, but...
Well, they've been blessed with great field position, Andy, but it matters what you do after the field position. Field position doesn't really matter.
Failing on those huge drives. I mean, if I was the coach, I would stick to the option. I mean, that was working very well, and then we all know that we can see Foltz has an arm, but I think they're maybe using him overly a little too much. And there they go back to the option. Look at it, and there Foltz gets about 3-4 yards on that option.
Foltz is impressive on the ground. The Vikings have seen their share of option quarterbacks. I don't think that Foltz is any different. However, he seems to have figured out to a decent level, not getting it done in the air, but very nice run there to pick up about 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6.
They almost seems like Portland kind of caters their offense, you know, kind of like the Nebraska offense. They have that nice flow of option. And here's another one, but Foltz this time looking to throw, heaves it up, throws it out of bounds, intended for number 40, David Myers.
And Andy, I really don't know what's going on right now with head coach John Navarro of Portland. It seems that number 5, Derek Foltz, the quarterback, is just rearing back and throwing it downfield, and not once has it been in bounds aside from the incompletion to Goodman. He's not getting it done. Stick with him on the ground if he wants him to succeed so far in this game. It's just unbelievable how off track these passes are.
There's a shot of one of the cheerleaders, Amber Milken. Some pumped Haslett fans behind him, Chris Braun. Foltz looking to throw again. See, it looks, you know, I don't want to, comment, but it's just like wasted downs.
Well, Foltz is a talented quarterback. He's just not suited for this type of offense, and that's what Navarro is trying to use him as right now, and he's just not getting it done. His passes are short or long. You really feel for the kid, but
I think it also, though, I don't think he's getting loads and loads of time to throw either, Don.
Oh, yeah. You got to give credit to the Viking defense as well. They're putting pressure on him. However, how successful he's been on the ground, you can't see why they're not.
I'm sorry, Dom. So Portland will punt here again, this time right at number 28, Alex Williams, who returns it. He's taken down quickly, though, as he catches it by number 32, Jason Pohl, but Vikings will take over with excellent field position.
Yeah, the Vikings will take over here at the 37-yard line. Nice special teams tackle by Jason Pohl. Kept Alex Williams from creating any more fireworks.
So with 3:15 here to go in the first quarter, Vikings still out to a 14-0 lead. Nick Shively here looking over the Portland defense, trying to draw them off sides. Hands it off to number 33, Adam Hinman, who's almost forward for a couple yards. Big, strong back.
Nice job by the Portland defense there to keep Hinman under control. Probably praying for anything just to keep the ball out of Eric's hands.
Seems like, though, Portland needs to keep the ball basically out of all of Haslett's backs' hands, because all of them are very fast, very strong.
Yeah, unbelievable backfield, not just Eric, with Murray and Hinman there. There are threats all over.
Shively here hands it off to number 22, Peter Eric, finds a seam. Gains a few yards here. We'll bring up third and probably a long 5 for the Vikings.
Nice run by Peter Eric there. Gain of about 4 yards.
Third down.
Bring up 3rd and 3 now. There's a shot of Coach Port giving some instructions to number 53, Wayne Butler. Wayne Butler and Joel Gutsky combined for 31 tackles last week against Imlay City. Very impressive.
Very impressive, Andy, indeed.
Shively here looking to throw. He's rushed. Throws as he runs. Complete to number 40, Ryan Walker.
Fantastic
Good
catch
enough for
by
a Viking
Ryan
first
Walker.
down. Excellent catch. Good concentration.
Ryan Walker loses his footing, still keeps his eye on the ball, carries it in, and it'll be a first down for Haslett into Portland territory once again. So we approach the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
First down for Haslett at the Portland 45.
Haslett is doing it all pretty much right now there, Dom.
Yep. Shively seems calm. Everything's hitting on all cylinders right now.
It's going to be a handoff to number 33, Adam Hinman, who breaks through the Portland line for a couple yards, running very hard.
Well, Portland might be keying on Hinman early as he's unable to muster anything much over 2 or 3 yards, but it's a matter of time for him. He's a great running back.
And he'll get his chance sometime tonight.
Definitely. Excellent game at Imlay City last week by the juniors.
Vikings! Go Blue!
Shively looks over the defense here on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Throws quickly to number 40, Ryan Walker, just off the top of his hand.
Little too hard there by Shively, as Walker was unable to get there in time at the 39-yard line. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down, but the Vikings now face a 3rd and long.
This is the first time I think tonight that the Vikings have been in this situation there, Dom.
I think you're right, Andy. Most everything's been a breakout play, or the turnover at the beginning of the game.
Hand off to number 33, Adam Hinman. Reverses it to number 22, Peter Erg. Coach Otluski using a little bit of trickery there. And
good call by Otluski as Eric rumbled forward to the 39-yard line of Portland, and it'll bring up 4th down and a decision here early for Coach O.
Bring up 4th and 4 here with about 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
It does look like Coach Otluski is going for it.
You know, why not? You know, if they turn the ball over here, they're deep in Portland's own territory.
Of course, at 39-yard line, and you're looking at a pooch punt. I don't know. I really think his offense is going good enough where he feels confident.
There's a handoff to number 22, Peter Erg. Gets that first down. Portland just does not have an answer for Peter Erg tonight.
Erg with it getting the first down and more, lunging forward to about the 28-yard line. Excellent run by Erg as he's getting it done tonight.
Be good enough for a Viking first down.
Most definitely.
The clock is slowly running away here with 18 seconds to go in the first. Shively slowly walking up to the line. Probably just wants to let the clock run out here. Maybe in time for one more play. Looks to throw here. He's got Ryan Walker open in the flat. He's got a man to beat. Takes the pylon. Touchdown Vikings with no time on the clock.
What a play by Ryan Walker, Nick Shively's favorite target, as he dragged 2 defenders from the 3-yard line, lunged for the end zone, and as time expires in the first quarter, the Vikings take a 20-0 lead.
Shots of the excited Viking fans, and not the position Portland wants to be already. We're down 21 points after 1 quarter, Dom. Not exactly something they're...
I think Portland, Andy, knew that they were going to have a rough night. I don't think they envisioned this, and a play at the end of a quarter like this is a backbreaker.
Yeah, Coach John Novara is going to have to say something to his fans to get off pumped.
I think John Novara needs to figure out his own offense before he goes any further, trying to figure out Haslett's defense, as his team cannot really move the ball.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Haslett Vikings are on top of the Portland Raiders 21-0, and so far it has been all Haslett.
We're going to look at the replay. The catch by Ryan Walker, fine catch, and rumbles inside the 5, drags number 40, David Myers, into the end zone. Fantastic play by Walker. Great receiver.
So, sorry, Dom.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so far, good turn of events for a homecoming tonight.
Oh, yeah. Vikings in control in all aspects of the game tonight. Very impressive team, and this is why most likely after tonight they will be 6-0 heading into Fallonville for the ICL championship.
Yeah, basically pretty much. Can't look past Portland though, Dom, but next week is definitely the big one.
Oh, definitely. You got Fallonville undefeated in the ICL, 1 loss overall to a very fine Chelsea team. And I think as long as Fallonville holds serve, if you will, tonight, it should be a great match next week in Fallonville.
So as we get here to enter the second quarter, J.J. Danhoff getting ready to kick it off to number 44, Brian Martin, and number 32, Jason Pohl. Haslett fans getting loud. J.J. kicks it off deep, returned by number 32, Pohl. He's got a nice little wall of blockers there, but is brought down quickly by number 53, Wayne Butler. Butler, very good special teams expert there.
Very nice job by Butler. Actually having enough energy left to stay on special teams. Very aggressive tackle there.
So Portland will take over 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. And
let's see what Navarro has in his bag of tricks for his quarterback,
I think,
Bolts.
oh, sorry, Dom. I was just going to say, I think we've said this just about every game, that the visiting team has to get something started.
As we look at Port's son Zach on the sideline.
Oh, pitch out. There's a nice play by the quarterback. Fonts pitches out to Paul. Little trickery there. Looks like flashbacks from the Romulus game last year, Dom.
Most definitely, Andy. Fantastic play by the Red Raiders. If only John Navarro would stay consistent with this type of offense, getting Fultz involved in the option and that kind of trickery is just the kind of offense that can maybe stick a knife in the Haslett defense. Very impressive run.
Yeah, I was a little scared there for a minute. It did definitely bring back flashbacks of Romulus.
No more Freddie Russell, fortunately, Andy.
Yeah, very true. So after that huge gain, it'll be 1st and 10 on Vikings' 23-yard line. There's a shot of Victor the Viking. Excellent mascot we have now at Haslett.
Victor is a character, Andy.
So I'll bring up 1st and 10. Portland here threatening to move the ball. There's that option that they should stay with. Fonts breaks through the defensive line. He's got one man to beat. Brought down by number 28, Alex Williams, and a huge gain there again, Dom, with that quarterback option.
Yes, Fultz has been very successful tonight. Navarro, I think, realizes what he was missing in the first few offensive series, and he's really starting to utilize his quarterback correctly now.
So it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field for the Vikings. Probably going to talk some defensive strategy to stop that option, because they are just blowing the defense away right now with that option down.
Well, Fultz is very impressive, and not only is he using the option, he's using some trickery like pitches and whatnot, but very impressive. As we're going to go down to Lawton on the sidelines. Lawton.
Before the game, and he said that his offense was definitely going to have to come up off the ball if they wanted to win tonight. Well, they're doing just that. The Haslett Vikings are out rushing the entire Portland offense 202 to 56. And currently, Peter Eric's the leading rusher with 178 total yards on just 6 carries. He also has 2 touchdowns. The Raiders are definitely going to have to come up with something if they want to defeat this Viking team. Now back up to you guys.
Thanks, Lawton. Very impressive numbers already on Peter Eric.
178 yards, and we are through about a quarter and change right now.
And only 6 carries, too. That's very impressive. But the only thing right now that is going bad for the Vikings, though, is defensively they're giving up. They're giving up too much right now.
Well, Fultz is starting to see a chink in the armor of the Viking defense. He's really finding the holes here, using his option and his speed to his credit. A very nice job by Fultz.
Bolts there, keeps it on the quarterback option again, rumbles for about 5 yards. And to me, Dom, if they actually want to get a score, they need to do this the whole game.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle there by number 57, Steve Davich, nearly stripping the ball off Fultz as he left it open. But nevertheless, Andy, you are correct. Fultz is doing a fine job running the ball. Excellent job for the first-year starter.
This brings up 2nd and 7 here on the 16-yard line. Portland threatening to put one in.
Well, let's not kid ourselves, Andy. 1 score, and we're looking at a 2-possession game, so the Vikings really need to bear down.
Exactly.
Blondes here looking to throw. Throws it underneath to number 80, Jordan Goodman, who is one of the top receivers for Portland, but Flance just hasn't been able to get it to any of his good receivers tonight.
Like I said, there's two kinds of quarterbacks usually, and you have the ones that like to drop back and pass, and then you have the ones who like to run with it, and then you have the rare few who can do both. And Fultz seems kind of one-dimensional with his running game. Doesn't seem accustomed to maybe his receivers. Who knows, but he doesn't seem comfortable in the pocket right now unless he's running on the option.
Which brings up 3rd and 7 now for the Raiders. Blondes here, oh, he is brought down very quickly. Huge sack by number 58, Calvin Myers, who slams him to the ground.
Great read by the senior Calvin Myers. Excellent pursuit of quarterback Derek Fultz. He was hammered there, and this will bring up a 4th down and 10 for Portland. Big situation here for Portland.
There's a 3-yard loss there on that sack by Calvin Myers, who's very aggressive to get in there off the ball. It's a 4th and 10 now, the 19, they're going for it. Flance is gonna throw, pumps once, looks to the end zone, touchdown, Portland. Finally completes it to a receiver tonight for the first time, Jordan Goodman. But he hauls it in, and now it's only a 2-possession game, Dom.
Well, finally, Fultz connects with his favorite target, Jordan Goodman. It's a brand new ball game here as Portland cuts the lead to 21-6, awaiting the PAT. But 4-10 gutsy call there by John Navarro, coach of Portland, and it is 21-6 in favor of Haslett.
Not to take anything away from the Viking defense, but great blocking on the front line there for Flance to throw. He had all day to throw.
Definitely.
And number 80, Goodman, just broke on an open seam.
Yeah, fine job by Goodman. He was wide open in that Viking end zone.
The extra point attempt by number 9, Stefan Auermuller, puts it through. And right now, with 10:15 to go in the first half, the Vikings lead is cut down to 21-7.
Well, we have an interesting thing here. I'm really curious to see if Portland can build off this momentum that's built up on this touchdown. The Vikings, I still think, are in control. They're confident with the running game with Eric 178 yards, as Lawton said, as we're going to take a look at the replay here. See Derek Fultz drop back to pass. Fine blocking by the offensive line. Gave him plenty of time. Finds Goodman wide open in the end zone, eluding the coverage of number 15, Nick Scheibele. And it's 21-7 Vikings.
Something I've noticed, Dom, looks like just about either after every series or after every touchdown or so, Portland seems to huddle around out in the field. I don't know exactly what they're trying to accomplish out there, but it must be doing something.
Well, maybe with their lack of talent this year, they find that teamwork and hanging together is the best way to get production, and worked on this possession as they've cut the lead to 14.
There's a shot at number 33, Adam Hinman. Vikings hoping to continue to keep something going here. Don't want to come off flat after that Portland score.
Well, Portland just took it down and scored. The Vikings got nothing to be ashamed of there. They played solid defense for the most part.
Number 28, Alex Williams returns the kick. Breaks a few tackles and gets up to the 30-yard line. Excellent field position.
Nice return by Williams to get up to the 30-yard line. The Vikings will start out their own 30 with, as Andy said, fine field position once again.
Ball out to the 30-yard line. First down.
I'm anxious to see exactly what the Vikings are going to come out with. Are they going to continue with the attack of Peter Erg, or are they going to actually look forward to Nick Scheibele more in the Ryan Walker connection?
Well, I think 178 yards speaks for itself. I'd be very surprised if Erg didn't touch the ball a few times in this series.
Speaking of that, Peter Erg takes the ball, cuts outside. Chop block there by Derek Faust to keep him from breaking free, but another huge gain there by Peter Erg.
Fine run by the senior as he rumbles for about 15 yards on their first down for Haslett. Brings the total nearing 200. We are not even halfway through the second quarter yet.
Very impressive so far there by Peter Erg.
Big game player. As it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Vikings at their own 44.
Scheibele here on looks like the option. He's going to keep it. looks like he was trying to get it to number 33, Adam Inman, but just couldn't get it to him. And Shively takes it forward for a couple of yards, and it's going to be probably about 2nd and 8 now.
Take a look at the replay on Eric's 15-yard scamper. He found a seam and was chopped down by number 22 for Portland, Christopher Fondle. And
there's another sign for Kelvin Myers. Perfect anyone questions. Go Kelvin.
well,
Reoccurring theme every week for Kelvin Myers. Great senior player. Number 33, Adam Inman, stumbles forward for a huge gain here. It'll be 3rd and very close to a 1st down.
I think they're about 3 yards short, any long 3 yards. And on the play before there, Shively being sacked in the backfield, he seemed to express a little anger towards his teammates, maybe a missed block. Team's got to stay focused and hang together here.
Shively looks here at a 3rd and 4 here on the 50-yard line. Hands it off to number 22, Peter Ehrig, whose hole was closed up quickly, and he was brought down by number 24, Josh Spahn.
Nice tackle there by Josh Spahn, the first one tonight to actually show he's able to stop Peter Ehrig. And the Vikings face a 4th down, and it looks like they will punt here. They're about midfield, no use to take any chances. Game's still relatively under control. It's got to hang tough on D.
So number 44, Brian Martin for Portland is back to return deep. Number 15, Nick Shively kicks it high up in the air. Takes a Haslett bounce to about the
17, Andy, I think.
17-yard line, what you say, Dom?
Well, for the first time tonight, Portland has proven they could stop the Haslett offense without it forcing a turnover. And let's see how they respond here with a chance to possibly cut it to a 1-possession game. Plenty of time left in the 2nd quarter, and it's only a 14-point difference.
Even though, Dom, you said it's only a 14-point difference, but that is just 2 quick possessions, though, also.
Oh, definitely. So when you got the speed of Derek Foltz in the backfield, anything can happen.
Brings up 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line for Portland. Foltz gives it off to number, I believe that's number 43, Corey Hoskins on the gain. That'll be a big gain there for a 1st down for Portland.
Nice job by Portland, and some Viking fans play some game with a kernel holder thing that are passed out.
Well, all right. Those good old days, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
Portland comes up here, moving the ball here a little bit on the 29-yard line. Bounce there on the option there, hands it off to number 44, Brian Martin, who gets maybe a yard or 2 on the carry. Bring up 2nd and 8. Shot of Victor the Viking scanning the crowd.
Been a long day for Victor the Viking. He had to work the pep rally at Wilkshire this afternoon, but he still manages to muster enough strength to come out to the games and provide the kids with some fun.
Well, we're glad to have him here. Faults there here on the quarterback option, keeps it again. They keep running the same play. And it kind of reminds me almost of Menominee. Same play.
Yep, except this time I think Haslett has it under a bit more control than last year against Menominee. But looks like the Vikings are starting to figure out Portland a bit more here. And Foltz rather, looks like it might be starting to run out as Haslett is reading on him virtually every play. So he's going to have to get it done through the air.
Looks at a 3rd and 7 here, Dom. Looks like he's going to throw. Complete to number 80, Goodman. Breaks free from a tackle from number 52, Jeremy Piscato, and he's going to bring up another Portland 1st down.
Well, Andy, if you're going to use Foltz in the passing form, you really like, from a Portland standpoint, you really like to see it in quick slants like that to his best receiver, Goodman. He picks up a very important Portland 1st down into Viking territory. But yeah, the slants, the out patterns he was running earlier really just wasn't his thing. But looks a little bit more comfortable.
It's pretty 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line here. Portland trying to move the ball down the field slowly. Faults there on that tricky play again. Pitches it off to number 43, Corey Hoskins, and they're trying to...
I'm going to take a look at the replay of the quick slant to Goodman. As you see, he finds Goodman right over the middle. He eludes one tackle, and Ryan Walker finally brings him down to the 48-yard line, not before Red Raider first down.
2nd and 4 here, close to a first down here. Raiders starting to move the ball a little bit here, trying to get a little momentum for him, Dom.
You're doing a nice job so far, Andy, on the drive.
Holtz here looking to throw again to Goodman. Makes a move. Totally fakes out number 15, Nick Shively.
Well, Goodman there is showing why he's one of the best receivers in the Ingham County League. Nice bullet pass by Foltz, again on the quick slant pattern as he rumbled forward to the 30-yard line. Another Portland first down, and they're starting to eat away at this Viking defense. Another first down for Portland here at the Viking 30-yard line.
I'm very impressed so far right now, especially with Portland's offense.
Well, they're staying to the basics of passing, Andy, and Goodman's doing the rest.
Oh. Number 5, Derek Foltz, looks like on a miscue, is hit hard. Looks like he might be hurt there a little bit.
Looks like he lost his footing. There is a divot around the 32-yard line, and he looks a little shaken up right now. Let's hope he's okay. We'll take a look at the replay of the pass to Goodman as he faked out Nick Shively, rumbled forward, and once again was having to be brought down by number 25, Chris Boyce. But the Vikings forced a loss on the last play as Foltz lost his footing, and with 5 minutes left in the first half here, it'll be 2nd down and 13 yards for Portland.
Foltz here looking to throw again to Goodman. Throwing it deep. Just overthrows him.
Once again going with the long ball, Andy. Not exactly Foltz's forte, but they wanted to try for the end zone, so they gave it their shot. Now we're facing 3rd and long here. You look at it as 4-down territory, Andy, so they could go for a 7-8 yard strike to try to set up the 4th down play.
Goodman may have the hands, but he definitely does not have the speed out there, Dom.
No, he's not the good man to catch the ball in the end zone.
Yes, it does. It takes a very good man. As brings up 3rd and 13 now for the Raiders. Foltz looks probably here to throw again. He's rushed quickly and heavily. Picked off by number 30, Ben Murray. Makes a move, and he's got some running room. Oh, it was crashing into the water cooler.
Great play by number 30, Ben Murray, as the ball was tipped by a Red Raider receiver. Fine play by Murray and great blocking on the return. The Vikings will take over with 4:36 remaining in the first half on their own 45-yard line, and a big blown opportunity by Portland as we're going to take a look at the replay. You see that Foltz was rushed, got over the middle. It was tipped into the hands of Ben Murray. Take a look at the fine blocks on the return. Ben Murray, great play, great defensive player. And now we'll take over in the Haslett backfield along with Eric and Hinman as the Vikings have a 1st and 10.
Hand off there, looks like to, was that number 30 there, Ben Murray?
I believe that was Ben Murray.
So, unfortunate break there for the Raiders, but great break there for the Vikings.
Well, once again, the Haslett defense. Well, the thing that frustrates me there is that Foltz, he should have just thrown it away. I mean, it would have been 4th down. You would have gone for it anyway, but he rushed the pass, and it was intercepted, and therefore the Vikings have the ball. So it's a junior mistake, but worked out in the Vikings' favor. Yeah.
There's a handoff to number 22, Peter Ehrig. Breaks some tackles. He's got one man to beat. Peter Ehrig. Another Viking touchdown for Peter Ehrig.
It's superhuman football with Peter Ehrig carries the ball tonight. This is unbelievable, Andy.
Already 3 touchdowns tonight and well over 200 yards, Dom.
And not to take one thing away from the great offensive line, but Ehrig is doing a majority of this on his own, getting off the field, just unbelievable. Puts Peter Ehrig well over the 250-yard mark as we approach near the end of the first half. And the Vikings, just like that, lead 27-7, pending the extra point.
So J.J. Danhoff will get here set to kick the extra point.
Danhoff's been nothing but dead solid perfect so far this year in the extra points.
It is up and it is good as your Vikings jump out to a 28-7 lead with 3:49 to go in the first half.
Incredible game by Ehrig. I hate to keep talking about him, but it's unreal.
Look at that replay there, Dom.
I'm going to take a look at the replay. Shadley gives to Eric, going to the outside here. See a fine block by Murray. He cuts back upfield. He has one man left to beat here. Gives him a great juke at the 25-yard line, and it's smooth sailing the rest of the way. And the Vikings lead by 21 once again.
That was a great downfield block there by number 84, Jeff Thalen, to free him up, too.
Very good block by Thalen. A lot of people forget what the receivers have to do on the running plays.
See what I was talking about there, Dom? They got the entire football team out there on the sidelines.
Well, that's obvious. That's probably some tactics by John Navarro, the head coach.
They need to definitely get something started here.
What a great night for fall football.
Yeah, easily. Not, it was a little cold, but nothing, overly too cold, and just an excellent night to be out here at the game.
As you see, Portland looking a little distraught right now. And as we take a look at the nice green grass.
Yeah, very nice green grass, by the way.
We had the Viking just painted this morning on the 50-yard line.
Whoever does that does a very excellent job.
Excellent job.
So J.J. Danhoff will get set here to kick it off. Number 44, Brian Martin, and number 32, Jason Pohl, back to receive the kick. Danhoff kicks it off, squibs it, taken by number 40, David Myers, and he is down quickly by number 52.
Looks like there might be some footing problems. We have had rain around here this week. I don't know if it's any kind of hangover, but Myers did have some problems there as he slipped at the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Portland here with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first half.
My mistake on that call was number 62, Andrew Hayes, actually, who's there first to down him.
Very nice play by Andrew Hayes, one of the toughest kids on the team.
Shot of Coach Charlie Outluski. Saying some instructions to number 33, Adam Inman.
Yeah!
And number 40, Ryan Walker, quickly brings down Portland.
Nice play by number 40, Ryan Walker. Kept his eye on Fultz the whole time, and as a result, it'll bring up about 2nd down. And he didn't look like he gained much there, maybe half a yard. It'll be about 2nd and 9, long 9.
As Portland walks up here to the line here, they need to desperately get something going. They can't get down by any more points at half. Flotz here looking to here to throw. He's got some time. Off the hands of number 24, Jason Spahn. Hit him right in the hands. He just couldn't pull it in. And that's a tough loss. This is going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Raiders.
Portland's offense seem to be a bit stalled here, about the 32-yard line. Bring up 3rd and long as we look at Adam Hinman.
Big, strong junior back.
Good things to come in the future for that junior, as well as the present.
Fultz here looking to throw on 3rd down. He's got some time, launches it up in the air. Nick Shively, number 15's there, just overthrows number 40.
Ball once again, Myers thrown out of bounds, intended for number 40, as you said, David Myers. Nice pass defense by Nick Shively, the quarterback for the Vikings. And it'll bring up 4th down, and Portland will indubitably punt.
I just think right now they're just overusing Fultz's talent. I mean, he's got the talent to throw the ball very well, but I just think maybe a little bit of a coaching mistake on Novara, just using him a little too much.
I liked what they were doing earlier, Andy, with the quick slants. They were really moving the ball downfield with ease, and they had a chance to make it a 1-possession game, but he got away from his offense with what was working.
Yeah, easily, and then with that quarterback option,
Definitely.
Too. There's a flag on the play as the punt is off to number 28, Alex Williams.
He had some movement there.
Makes a few moves, brought down. Oh, he slips a tackle, cuts back, brought down by number 5, Flantz, but there is a flag on the play.
Pending the flag, great return by Alex Williams up to the 46-yard line. Nice return, great stutter steps. And we're going to have a false start against Portland, and the Vikings will probably decline that by the fine return by Alex Williams.
Take a look at that replay there by Alex Williams.
You see Williams receive the ball near the Portland sideline, cuts back, looked like he was down here, almost tackled by number 44. kept on his feet. Nice block by Wayne Butler. Almost wrestled away from the tackle by number 5, Derek Foltz. But nevertheless, the Vikings take over on their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
With 2:42 here to go, Dom, I think the Vikings have a chance to put another one in before
There's
halftime.
definitely enough time for another score, Andy.
That's something Portland cannot afford right now, is another score. It's number 30, Ben Murray, fights hard for a couple yards. Bring up 2nd and 9, probably.
Nice run by Murray. Bring up about a 2nd and 8 here, 2nd and 7. Vikings sticking to the running game. It's really working for them tonight. I mean, they have used Walker in the offense on the 1 touchdown.
Sticking to what works, Dom.
That's the way it goes.
Total opposite of what Portland.
Should we send a message to Mr. Navarro about that?
Yes, exactly. Shively here rushed quickly. He's got the speed to break away. He's going to run forward, though, and he's going to, instead of losing probably about 5 yards, he's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards.
Nice run by Shively there. He looked like he was done. Looked like he was about to be sacked for about 6 or 7 yard loss, as you said, Andy. Turned something into nothing. Great senior quarterback, and he'll set up a 3rd and relatively short yardage here. It'll be about 3rd and 3. Long 3.
I'm going to have to say probably going to go back to that that Peter Ehrig run attack, or even at Adam Hinman here for short yardage as they hand it off to number 22, Peter Ehrig. Cautions for a few steps, breaks a few tackles, and he has got that 1st down.
Great penetration by Ehrig. As he continues just to rumble through the Raider defense, picks up another Viking 1st down. And the Vikings will have to look to a little bit of a 2-minute offense here as we reach about the 1:20 mark, as the clock begins to run following the 1st down.
42, 1:15 and a half.
We're gonna take a look at the replay there on the 1st down run by Ehrig. It was 3rd and 4. You see him, number 50 almost had a chance at him. He kept forward and just dove towards about the 42-yard line of Portland. Great run by Ehrig.
Shively here's got loads of time to throw. Complete to number 84, Jeff Thalen. Great catch, and I think he's close to the 1st down, maybe short a yard.
52 seconds left here, Andy. Vikings are gonna be in a hurry-up offense right now. Great catch by number 84, Jeff Thalen, and we're gonna have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, Vikings will take a timeout here. Want to look some things over.
Vikings find themselves at about the 32-yard line of Portland. You might look at some sideline strikes. They do have I believe they have 1 timeout left right now. So if you want to try Ehrig, you can probably use him at least once more. But once again, the Vikings moving the ball down the field with relative ease, and it's very, very impressive.
You seem to do it consistently, too, game after game, Dom. I mean, it's not just here and there, it's every game.
Yes.
Very impressive.
When you're averaging about 50 points a week, as the Vikings have over about the past 3, things must be going right, and they are again tonight.
And I think just Portland's starting to just run out of options, Dom. They don't know what to do. They're very inconsistent with the passing. They're using it at the wrong time, and they should just go back to what was working for them in the beginning.
John Navarro, he's got his own game plan, and I have no reason to question it. But it just seems to me, Andy, that it just seems incorrect. Just to follow football terms, it's incorrect football. You have something that's working, you're using the slants, you're going downfield, and then all of a sudden you want to try the bomb to the end zone of the sideline patterns, and it's not going to work. It's not your quarterback style. You got to go with what works.
There's a shot of Paul Krause waving a Haslett flag. Lots of Haslett faithful here tonight on homecoming.
I really admire Paul Krause's sideburns.
Yeah, me too. Very nice. Shively here looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, one-handed grab by Ryan Walker. Excellent grab. Unbelievable.
Ryan Walker with some of the best hands around. Pausing Nick Shively's past 17-yard line with one hand. Never ceases to amaze me up here in the press box. Great catch, and the clock continues to run with 40 seconds left.
Shively's going to spike the ball here to stop the clock.
Smart move by the quarterback. Give the offense a chance to work out another play here. Vikings in total control right now.
And if I was Coach Alewski right now, I'd probably be looking here for probably another quick out pass, or maybe a handoff to Ehrig here with 37 seconds to go.
Well, they have 1 timeout left, so if they're going to use the run, I suggest they use it in the next play. And this is just an unbelievable sight in the crowd. This place is packed. There is not a seat available. Standing room only under the press box. Just unbelievable the amount of support shown for the Vikings.
Shively here looking to throw. Come off the hands of number 84, Brian Abbott, right into the hands of Alex Williams. A Viking touchdown.
What a catch by Alex Williams on the tip. Kept his eye on the ball. He hauled it in. And it'll be a Viking touchdown as they take a 34-7 lead. Great concentration by number 28, Alex Williams. Unbelievable play. Everything right now breaking right for Haslett, and unfortunately for the Red Raiders, nothing is going right for them.
So J.J. Danhoff will get set here to kick the extra point attempt. It's been perfect so far, been perfect all year. Oh, a little fumble on the snap. Walker will take it, throws it up, just throws it incomplete.
Had to call fire there.
Yep.
That will not count as a missed extra point for Danhoff. Missed snap, but there is a flag on the play. Take a look at the replay on the touchdown to Alex Williams. She's Shively with a long count. Drops back into the pocket. Lets it go. Looked like he had Williams originally. Tipped by number 44 into the hands of Williams. Great concentration. Great score.
Looks like there's going to be a flag. Looks like it probably, yes, I think it's going to be on Portland.
I think there was some encroachment there, Andy. And you'll see Danhoff get another chance to keep his perfect streak going.
I think also that last year, too, in extra point attempts, J.J. Danhoff was also perfect, wasn't he, Dom?
Yeah, he was a sophomore in varsity last year. A lot of pressure, and he was just dead solid perfect all season long. He's a great kicker and really a real good asset to the Viking football team. Everyone needs a good kicker, and fortunately we have one.
So the Vikings will get a second attempt here at the extra point attempt. Be nice to put one up there.
Nice solid 28-point lead would be nice going into halftime with 32.9 seconds left.
Danhoff's kick is up, and it is good as the Vikings are quickly putting this game away where they jump out to a 35-7 lead. It looks like going into the playoffs is going to be a realization here tonight.
Well, looks like we're going to secure the spot tonight, Andy. Feel bad for the Red Raiders over in the Portland sideline as we take a look at lead cheerleader with Shay Cately.
Very athletic, very spunky cheerleader. Portland faithful starting here to thin out here a little bit, Dom.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot you can be cheering about when your team's down by 28 points.
Well, this is obviously a surprise to the crowd. They're not used to having Portland Red Raider teams like this. This team has always been consistently good, competing for the playoffs year in and year out. They were a fine team last year. They just look like they lost some seniors, and they just don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
they don't have that much.
Exactly, Dom. I think last year it was only a 14-6 game, and it was like relatively close like throughout the game. This year it's like totally different, totally domination by the Vikings.
Yes.
So J.J. Danhoff will get set here to kick it deep to number 44, Brian Martin, and number 32, Jason Pohl. Red Raiders need a spark here.
I'd be very surprised to see the Red Raiders try anything long here. They know they're down by 28 points, and I'm sure they just want to get into halftime.
Danhoff kicks it deep. Oh, squib kick on the ground. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Might have a face mask there, Andy. I'm not sure.
We're going to throw it down to Lawton Luntz, who's on the field. Lawton? Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right, I guess we're going to be sending it down to Lawton here at halftime. Sorry about that, folks. Ooh, it looks like that's going to be a big penalty there, Dom. Haslett's going to be penalized 15 yards there on the penalty.
Coach Alewski's got to be upset. You're giving Portland another shot here with less than 30 seconds left in the half. That's their second 15-yard face masking penalty so far tonight. Got to concentrate here. As Nick Shively plays cornerback right now.
Fultz here is going to try to go into the air here tonight. Throws it deep, just out of the reach of Brian Abbott, and I've noticed something about Fultz. He really isn't not one of those quarterbacks who throws it over the hand. He's kind of has a sidearm kind of deal to him.
He kind of goes through the motions, Andy. He looks like he's a little afraid of the defense. He wants to get it off before the Viking defense has a chance to touch him. Maybe a little unsure of himself, and that's why a lot of his balls are going out of bounds.
Bring up 2nd and 10 now on the 46-yard line. Red Raiders here trying to put one in. There's one of those quick outs. Almost picked off by Alex Williams. It hits Goodman as soon as he catches the ball. There's going to be a timeout for Portland here with 13.7 seconds left. And I almost questioned that call there. There's 13 seconds left. You know, there's really not a whole lot.
Well, Navarro's got to find a common ground. He's either going to throw it for the end zone or you got to throw a deep pattern here. But the slant stuff was fine when it was a 21-7 game and you were trying to march down the field. Now you're looking at 13.7 seconds. And on a side note, we'd like to announce that the freshman and JV football teams were both successful yesterday. The freshman led by running back Brent McIntosh, rushing for 200 yards, and a touchdown pass by freshman quarterback Nick McKenzie. And the JV was also successful in winning in Portland.
Yeah, very impressive by both squads. You know, freshmen, they were struggling there for a little bit, but have managed to pull to 3-3. And
they are 3-3, and the JV, very impressive. They are 6-0. It looks like the varsity will be as well after tonight.
So brings up 3rd and 6 now on the 42-yard line. Foltz looking here to throw. He's taken some steps back. He's rushed quickly, throws it up in the air. Just another pass he just keeps throwing over his receivers. That one intended for Dustin Goodrich.
Well, now you're in Hail Mary territory. It's 4th down, 8 seconds to go. I mean, I really think Derek Foltz should just really air it out for real this time.
I don't think Portland has any kickers that can
we're looking at about a 59-yarder here, Andy. Unless Ronaldo's in the crowd, I think we're going to be going for it.
So Foltz here looking at a 4th and 6. They're definitely going to be going for the end zone here. Oh, the draw play probably caught the Vikings off guard. Hands it off to number 44, Brian Martin. Gets out of bounds with 3.9 seconds, and that's a Portland 1st down. Now they got another chance to put one in down.
Well, there's nothing to lose. Gutsy call there by Navarro. Paid off for him on the draw play. Bring up a 1st down. Really only time for one more play officially now. And I think that here Foltz will take a shot at the end zone. Don't be surprised if he looks for his favorite target, number 80, Jordan Goodman.
So it brings up 1st and 10 now for the Raiders on the Vikings 25-yard line. Foltz probably going to look to punch one in.
A little confusion on the clock right now as it read 50 seconds.
Now it says 5 seconds.
I disagree with that. I don't think that draw play only ran off 3 seconds. No. Coach Jotluski is livid right now with the clock running.
Foltz here looking to throw to the end zone. He's throwing it deep. Over the head of number 84, Brad Abbott.
And Coach Jotluski is going nuts on the sideline as there's still 0.5 seconds left on the clock. He is screaming up to the booth right now, and this will give Portland one more shot at the end zone.
That is, he has good reason to, Dom. That is 2 plays in a row with the clock not being run very efficiently.
Well, you hate to see it, but that's very poor work by the clock keeper up there. This has been like 2 or 3 times that he started late, and this is ridiculous. This is giving Portland so many chances.
And Coach Jotluski is just livid right now. He is on the field pacing. He is not too happy with the clock handling. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now with Portland. Has one more chance to go to the end zone here with 0.5 seconds to go in the 1st half. Foltz looking here to throw. Throws it up. Is picked off by number 21, Zach Smith.
Nice move by Zach Smith, the junior backup quarterback playing defensive back there. He could have risked a return and a possible fumble, took a knee at the 5-yard line. Very smart move by the junior. I'm very impressed.
You know, Jotluski has some words with the referee before he gets off the field, but in any case, at the end of the 1st half, your Vikings are out to a commanding 35-7 lead. And right now we're going to throw it down to Lawton Luntz. Lawton?
Thanks, Andy. The Vikings go into the half leading 35-7. Now, the story of the 1st half is obviously Peter Ehrig, who is accounting for 70% of Haslett's total offense. He has 254 yards on 9 carries, and he also has 3 touchdowns. I also spoke earlier about Haslett's 2 earlier games where they had both 500-yard offensive performances. They're closing in on that tonight, inching the 400 mark. Back up to you guys.
Unbelievable first half by the Vikings. Thanks, Lawton, for the nice comments. You heard Peter Eric, 254 yards, accounting for 70% of the Viking offense as they lead by 28 points against a bewildered Red Raider team right now.
Yeah, and I think right now their fans are just in awe. I mean, I don't think that they were prepared to be down this badly at halftime, Dom. I just don't exactly know if the fans realize what's going on.
Happy Haslett crowd and just maybe a little bit of sorrow over the Portland section as they see their team trailing by 28. Well, we'll be right back with homecoming festivities as this is Dominic McCoy and Andy Hartman on TV 25.
Randy Kidd. Sophomore quote told by Mr. Bennett, and from the fairy tale Puff the Magic Dragon. The junior quote told by Mr. Baldwin was taken from the fairy tale Peter Pan. And the senior quote told by Cannellette was taken from the Robin Hood. This year's homecoming representatives are, for the freshman class, Virginia Steely and Devin Cook. Virginia Steely is the daughter of Rick and Brenda Steely. Virginia is active in volleyball, softball, secretary of her class, and a member of the varsity choirs. Devin Cook is the son of Kayla and David Cook. Devin's a member of the freshman football team, active in basketball and baseball. Enjoys spending time with his family, friends, and is looking forward to the rest of his high school career. The sophomore representatives are Liz Carr and Brandon Brooks. Liz Carr is the daughter of Ann Fino and Jerry Carr. Liz is a varsity cheerleader and active in Haslett Treble Choir and belongs to Christian Youth Group. Liz also enjoys coaching the youth football cheerleaders. Brandon Brooks is the son of Jack and Rita Brooks. Brandon is active in basketball, a member of PALS, and the Sports of Life. Brandon also sings and plays the guitar and plays band and his youth group Crosswalk. Enjoys writing songs and sings with the guitars. Brandon enjoys hunting in the outdoors. The junior representatives are Katie Baldwin and Brian Preston. Katie Baldwin is the daughter of Rosemary and Scott Baldwin. Katie is a member of the varsity basketball team and active in track. Treasurer of her class and the vice president of the student council. Katie is a member of Diversity Club. Brian Preston is the son of Carol and Ron Preston. Brian's active in cross-country, wrestling, and track. And representing the senior class, Lindsay Braverman and Brent Olivier. Lindsay Braverman is the daughter of Gail and Terry Braverman. Lindsay is active in volleyball and softball, a member of Teen Club, Diversity Club, and is a People to People student ambassador. She enjoys camping and fishing with her family. Lindsay loves to travel, and she loves being the quarterback of the Powder Puff football team. She plans to attend a four-year college at either the University of Hawaii to study marine biology, or to go to Michigan State and cheer for the Spartans. Now, Olivier is the son of Amanda and Barry Olivier. He's active in baseball and is a student leader at Campus Life. Brent's the oldest of 5 children, played Yvonne and Shelby. He's undecided on his school choice and plans to study business and engineering and hopes to play some baseball. They have Lockfield and Aaron Stillman. Lockfield is the daughter of Alan and Danny Lockfield. She's a member of the Honor Society concert choir and the band. Leanne also enjoys art, playing the piano, the flute, as well as dance and spending time with her family and friends. She enjoyed being a day camp counselor all summer. They had a bone marrow transplant last December and has raised a lot of money for cancer research. She plans to attend MSU and major in elementary education and become an elementary school teacher. Aaron Schulman is the son of Judy and Bud Schulman. He's active in intramural basketball. Aaron's a member of the Student Council, the National Honor Society, and PAL, and is the president of the Diversity Club. He's a band member and an active member of the Jewish community. Aaron enjoys playing frisbee, pool, and enjoys reading. He would like to thank his family and friends for being great, and he says he plans on attending either the University of Michigan, Johns Hopkins, or Boston College. Kira Preston and Jack Casey. Kira Preston is the daughter of John and Dan Homer and John and Mary Lou Preston. She's active in swimming, volleyball, and track. Kira has played club volleyball for 2 years and club swimming for 4 years. She's president of Wales, Women Athletes and Leadership, and is a member of the Diversity Club. She plans on attending a 4-year university but hasn't decided on a major, hopes to stay in Michigan, and would like to get a swimming scholarship. Jack Casey is the son of Peggy and Don Casey. He's active in major AAA ice hockey and intramural basketball. Jack enjoys fly fishing, helping out at the soup kitchen, and would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him throughout the years. Jack plans on attending MSU to pursue business or engineering or to play junior A ice hockey before going to school. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce that this year's homecoming king and queen are Leanne Ronfield and Anne Schulman. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of play. Just about the third quarter is just about to get underway here with the Vikings out to a commanding 35-7 lead over the Portland Raiders. And Dom, what exactly have we seen so far tonight that has really impressed you?
Well, we've seen basically Haslett stick to their game plan, and Portland, I'm not sure what their game plan was coming in, but they seem to be hesitant to stick with anything that works for too long, and Haslett's going with what works. They're going with Walker on the patterns. They're going with Eric on the ground, and everything's breaking right for the Vikes so far. Very impressed.
Yeah, and so far, Peter Eric has rushed for 282 yards, Dom, on only 20 attempts, which is accounts for more than 70% of the Vikings' offense so far tonight.
It's unbelievable. Eric is just doing it all. He's incredible on the ground. He thought maybe his confidence would be hurt a little bit with a fumble on the first carry of the game, which he ran about 60 yards. But ever since, he's just been unbelievable.
And also what's been amazing, though, even though the Vikings are out to such a commanding lead, Portland has controlled the ball for almost 13 minutes, while the Vikings have only controlled the ball for 11 minutes.
Well, part of that is Haslett scoring so fast, and Portland's had to grind out their one scoring drive and the one potential scoring drive that just went basically to nothing because of the incorrect play calling, in my opinion, by Coach John Navarra. But
so we're getting ready here for the kickoff of the second half. J.J. Danhoff ready to set the kick. D for Portland, number 44, Brian Martin, and number 32, Jason Pohl, as J.J. kicks it deep. Pohl takes it at the 10-yard line. Hands it off to Martin, who on that quick reverse, and he's taken down quickly by number 25, Chris Boyce.
nice special teams pursuit by Boyce.
Now we're going to go down on the field with Lawton Luntz with the homecoming king and queen. Lawton.
Thanks, Andy. I'm staying down here with the 1999 homecoming king and queen, Leah Rothfeld and Aaron Schulman. Leah, just tell us, how do you feel?
I just feel really surprised and excited and everything, and wow.
That's all I can say. And I'm going to ask you more of a guy's question. We're leading 35-7 at the half here. How impressed are you with so far the season for the Haslett Vikings, their undefeated season, and the first half?
I think they're great this season. I think they're better than last year. And so I think we're going to win it all this year. And I think this half we're going to do just as well, but hopefully we won't run it up and embarrass Portland too much.
Congratulations once again to you guys, the 1999 homecoming king and queen, Andy and Dominic.
Thanks, Lawton. Great defense on that last play by number 52, Jeremy Piscato, as he tackled the Portland running back for a loss of 3 yards, puts them back in about the 20-yard line.
Nice interview there with the homecoming king and queen.
It's really great to see Liat and Aaron out there. Two very, very nice people. Couldn't happen to better people.
So 2nd and 13. Looking to throw is Fultz, and they're just still continuing from the first half now to the second half, using him at incorrect times, and he just completely threw that one over number 40, David Meyer's head.
Well, there's not much more to say about the offense, Andy. They're trying the out patterns. They're flat out not working. Navarro maybe sees it in practice. He likes it, but he's doing the wrong thing now. I have to say it. He's using his quarterback incorrectly, and that's why it's 3rd and 13, and the Vikings have a 28-point lead.
Enough of the runaround. You're just flat out going to come out and say he's doing the wrong thing. Oh, there's a pass picked off by number 28, Alex Williams, on a defensive touchdown, Vikings.
What an interception by Williams. Unbelievable touchdown at the end of the first half. Comes right out here, start of the second half. Great interception reading the pass by Fultz. He runs it in for the touchdown, and the Vikings lead 41-7.
Just things are starting to fall apart very quickly now for Portland, Dom.
Yeah. Long night for the Raiders.
So J.J. Danhoff will get set here to kick on the extra point, hopefully increasing the lead to 42. And there's a timeout on the field called by the Vikings. Looks like maybe they had to use one up, a little confusion on the field. But another great interception there by Alex Williams. Great run.
Great defensive play by Williams. Great all-around athlete on the punt return. As a receiver, we're going to take a look at a replay on the interception here. As you see, Fultz drops back to pass. Williams jumps in front of number 84, Brian Abbott, takes it in for the touchdown and gives Haslett a 34-point lead, pending the point after.
So with 11:02 now, the Vikings lead 41-7 here, getting ready for J.J. Danhoff's extra point kick. And I'm going to have to say that looks like our playoff chances are very
very good now.
Well, I don't know, Andy. I think Portland's very capable of coming back from a 35-point deficit.
Anything is possible.
I'm just joking, Andy.
Okay. JJ's kick is up and it's good. He stays perfect for the year as the Vikings climb out to a very commanding 42-7 lead over the Raiders of Portland.
It's just a formality now, Andy. Vikings in total control of this game early in the second half, 35-point lead. Time to give some of the starters a rest and continue playing Viking football.
But that's something also, though, Dom, you know, even if they do give the starters the rest, they're so versatile on both ends that even the number 2 and number 3 guys can come in and get the job done.
Oh, definitely. That's a great observation, Andy. And I'm not sure, but is the clock going to continue to run now? With it being a 35-point game?
Yes, I believe so. Since there's a 35-point difference between the two scores, I believe the clock will continue to run for the rest of the game.
After the kickoff, of course, which basically means that incomplete passes cannot stop the clock. The only thing that can stop the clock is end of a quarter or a timeout or injury. I'm not so sure about injury, but I think so.
No, JJ Janhoff will get set here to kick it off to number 44, Brian Martin, and number 32, Jason Pohl. Have been very quiet back there, being taken down very quickly tonight. Crowd getting pumped up here behind their Vikings. JJ kicks it straight at Pohl. Takes it about the 5-yard line. He's got a little wall of blockers. Breaks a few tackles and then is brought down quickly by number 23, Chris Coping, and number 25, Chris Boyce. Excellent special teams coverage by those two.
Nice pursuit there by Coping and Boyce. They didn't let, was that Pohl? Yeah,
Yes,
they didn't let Pohl go too far on the return. Keep him at about the 26-yard line. And Portland will take over 1st and 10 here in their own territory.
Well, all right. Portland, probably basically, you know, they're down by 35. You know, they want to at least try to get some points. I'm thinking they're going to have to keep going, you know, doing the incorrect things, but throwing the ball. There's a draw there to number 44, Brian Martin. You know, that seems to be effective when they used it earlier, you know, on that long 4th down play, and they caught the Vikings on surprise, but they're just using their plays at wrong opportunities, wrong times now, Dom.
A lot of things worked early for Portland, but they just failed to stick with them. Maybe a little impatience on the part of John Novara, who wants the big play all the time. You're not going to get that against this Viking defense.
So bring up 2nd and 7 now on the Portland 30-yard line. Portland fans starting to head for the exit here. Foltz looking to pass here, complete to number, I think it was number,
I believe that was Goodman,
30.
Andy.
No, it looked like
was
it was 30. No, it was. I'm sorry. It was to Goodman, but he was met quickly by Ben Murray.
It was a nice tackle there by Murray. They'll bring up a 3rd and 5 here for Portland. Viking defense trying to force a turnover here, possibly again.
That would be nice. Not saying we would really want to run the score up, but just put it out of reach would be nice.
Fun.
Yeah, you could say it's for fun.
Statistics don't hurt anyone,
That's
Andy.
right. Foltz here keeps it on the option. That play that's been hurting the Vikings most of the night. Vikings sniffed this one out, though, and he only gets about 3 yards there on that carry.
Good attempt there by Foltz, unable to penetrate through the tough Haslett defense. And I'll bring up 4th down here. Probably think Portland's going to go for it, even though they are in their own territory. They got nothing else to lose here.
There's a shot of little Zach Port there, big old number 5.
He wearing that for his father really soon.
Yep. Fit nicely into that Haslett jersey soon. So it looks like Portland is going to punt there, Dom. Alex Williams is deep to return.
Looks like they are, Andy.
Kicks it right at him. He returns it at about the 35-yard line, makes a move up to the 40. And he makes it up to about the 38-yard line before being brought down by number 40, I think, on the play, David Myers.
Nice return there by Williams. You know, his team's up by 35 points. He's still giving it everything he has on the punt return. Great special teams player, very impressive.
Being very solid on special teams tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, Andy. Your 1st and 10 here for the Vikings at their own 39-yard line.
Scheibele here looks over the defense here with 7:39 to go here in the third quarter. Scheibele here on the options. Gonna keep it. Runs forward for about 2-yard gain.
And you see Eric complaining to the referee in the backfield there. He was clipped by number 44, Brian Martin. The ball never went in Eric's direction as he was just a decoy on the play. He's very upset, and I don't blame Pete one bit on that play. They bring up 2nd down and 9 here. Scheibele gained a yard.
Haslett just continuing to move the ball. Very characteristics of this football team. Been doing it all season. So Alex Williams lines up wide left here. Scheibele looking here to throw. Over the middle. Oh, tipped away by number 24, Jason Spohn, looking right for Ryan Walker, who was open for a second, but Spohn just got his hands out and tipped it away.
Nice play by Spohn. Walker almost coming down with another ball in double coverage there. Nice play by Spohn to keep it out of his hands and bring up 3rd and long here for the Vikings.
I would have to see something pretty similar to that play for the Vikings here. That worked pretty well before.
Well, they don't have to worry about the clock stopping here.
No. There's off to number 33, Adam Inman. It makes it, slips at the 40-yard line. Great moves, though. Great gain. Just slips.
Tough break for Hinman there, but a fine run indeed there. I'm really convinced there's something wrong with the footing out there. We've seen too many guys tonight just slip up with no contact involved. Maybe attributed to the weather we had earlier this week, who knows, or...
Nonetheless, it brings up a huge first down.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10 on Portland 39, and the Vikings looking here to score another one down.
Very fine run by Hinman there.
There's a handoff to number 30, Ben Murray. Very impressive run there for about 8 yards or so. We're going to go down on the field with Lawton Luntz. Lawton?
Thanks, Andy. I'm staying down here with Senior Representative Jack Casey. Now, Jack, are you disappointed that you didn't win this year's Homecoming King?
Not at all. Aaron and Leah are both, very deserving people. They've done a lot for the school. They're nice people.
Looks like
they deserve more than anybody, I think.
And as a lot of people know, Leah has an ongoing battle with cancer. How important do you think it is for her to become Homecoming Queen tonight?
I think it means a lot to her. It lets her know that people here are still thinking about her even when she's off in like Minnesota, for example, like for her treatment. And it just lets her know that she has friends around and people are always there for her.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Sure. I'll send it back up to Andy and Dominic.
I don't know exactly what happened down there with Lawton Luntz. Seems maybe had a little bit of technical difficulties. Nonetheless, the Vikings here are on 1st down and 7 here on the 7-yard line, looking to threaten to put another one in. Hands it off to number 22, Peter Eric, who fights for a couple yards. Bring up a 2nd and probably about 5-yard line. 5 yards to go on the 5-yard line.
Second and 6 here, or 2nd and goal rather, for the Vikings. With a 3-back set.
Scheibele there slips on the handoff. He said his knee was down.
Running a factor once again, Andy.
So I'll bring up a 3rd and goal now. Yeah, definitely footing is a factor out there, Dom. Seen way too many people take slips and lose yards because of that grass out there.
A loss of 4 on the play, bring up 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line.
Scheibele hands it off to number 33, Adam Hinman, and makes a move, breaks a tackle.
Well, I think he was in, Andy.
I don't know, Dom. I don't know if they're going to give it to him or not.
Well, I think they're going to spot the ball at about the half-yard line. Looked to me like he dragged the ball over, but referee had a better angle than I did.
So it looks like it's going to be 4th and 1 on the 1-yard line. Vikings here probably going to think of something to do, probably off tackle, just punch it in.
On 4th down, they're definitely going for it, I think. I think my prediction here is probably an off tackle to Eric, probably far side.
Shively looks over the defense. Hard count, there's a fumble.
I think it was a sneak by Shively, and I don't think he got it.
I don't think they got it.
Looks like Portland's going to take over here.
Tough break for the Vikings, but even worse for Portland, who takes over 1st and 10 on their own 1-yard line. And there's a shot of the crowd there. Still a lot of people here still for the Vikings, even though we're out to a 42-7 lead over the Raiders of Portland.
Well, how can you not be excited with those nice cheerleaders we have down there?
Glad to see that everyone decides to stick around.
Oh, of course.
So Portland will take over 1st and 10 on their own 1-yard line with 1:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Fultz is probably going to have to, oh, there's some movement.
It's going to be a false start against Portland, Andy.
And that's even going to bring it back to like the half-inch mark. And that's going to be, yeah, it is on Portland, Dom. So bring up 1st and 10 still on the 1-yard line. Be nice the Vikings could get a safety here. Portland has their backs against the wall now, Dom.
And their backs have been against the wall for some time now.
Yeah, very true. Fultz here looking to throws it up. Oh, streaking down the side. Oh! Just out of the hands of number 84, Brian Abbott, who's streaking wide open down the sideline. No one was by him. And
tough break there for Abbott and for Fultz as well. He had his receiver, but once again, he was overthrown at the 30-yard line. Would have been a huge gain, possibly a score. But instead, it'll be 2nd and 10 here from the 1-yard line as the clock continues to run.
Possibly something Portland will have to work on for next week is passing a little bit. Fultz got the arm, but he just seems to overthrow everyone. Maybe a little nervous about tonight's game.
And maybe his coach is just making the wrong calls.
Could be. There's a handoff there from Fultz. Looks like he kept it there on the sneak.
No, I'm sorry, Andy. I don't mean to come off kind of sarcastic towards John Navarra, but I really disagree with his ethics he's taken towards this game. And just a matter of opinion, but.
Oh, sure. I understand where you're coming from there, Dom.
Just a lot of plays tonight just haven't really made sense to me. I mean, I think the Vikings would have won this game no matter what plays he would have called, but got to be competitive and just made some incorrect calls in my opinion.
So that's the end of the 3rd quarter of play here as the Vikings continue to dominate over the Raiders of Portland here in homecoming, 42-7, and the clock will continue still to run because of that 35-point differential rule. It's looking very good for the Vikings' hopes of getting into the playoffs.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Just slightly. The Raiders just been outplayed, outmanned, just been outgunned this whole game, Dom.
Should also mention that this loss does pretty much guarantee that Portland will not make the playoffs, being their 4th loss.
Yeah, with only 3 games to go, Dom. You know, 2 and 4, and then finishing 5 and 4. If that does happen, you know, very bleak chances of making the playoffs. Very different team compared to last year.
Pending the outcome of Fowlerville's game tonight, sets up for a very nice game next Friday.
Yes, it does. Fowlerville and your own Haslett Vikings pretty much decides the ICL championship next week.
That's the class of the league, definitely.
It'll be a good one. So 3rd and 1 here now for Portland. There's a fumble on the ground. Fultz dropped the ball.
Let's see what they're going to call here. I think Fultz recovered, Andy. I don't know that he got the 1st down though. Could be 4th down and 1.
I don't know. It looks like looks like Portland did recover.
But it looks like he is about half yard, 2 yards short.
So that will bring up 4th in inches for Portland. Haslett playing very well the 2nd half defensively, you know, after letting up a couple big runs. Buckled down very well.
Yes, they did.
Have not let up huge yards.
One thing to say in the favor of John Navarra, he has trained a great ground running quarterback.
Yeah, very
It's
true.
just he's having trouble through the air, and the coach has got to address that.
I kind of question this call, though, right here, though, Dom. They're going to be punting here. I understand it's in the back of their end zone, but still, you got to go for it with so much time left. As number 40, Ryan Walker, returns a punt. He's taken down quickly by number 44, Brian Martin. It still gives the Vikings excellent field position. We're going to go down to Lawton Luntz, who's on the field. Lawton?
I'm standing down here on the sidelines with the homecoming queen's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rothfeld, Ellen and Donnie. Now, Donnie, tell us, how important was this for your daughter?
For my daughter, it was very, very important. She was ecstatic that she was chosen for that.
Now, how do you think, what kind of lasting impression do you think this will make for your daughter on the rest of her high school career and her life?
I think she's just thrilled. She'll always have great memories of Haslett High School. She missed most of the past 2 years because of her illness and her treatment.
Sorry about that, folks. Seems like we're still having some technical difficulties down there.
Thank you very much, guys. Mr. and Mrs. Rothfeld, now back up to Andy and Dominic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Correction. I guess we are not having technical difficulties. It's just we're unable to hear them up in the booth. I'm sorry, folks.
As the Viking starters get a great applause from a giant homecoming crowd for their fine performance.
I'd like to apologize for the confusion out there.
Getting back to your point earlier, Andy, about them punting out of their end zone, that's a sign that they've just accepted this is a loss, 35 points.
There's number 44, Mark Hopwood, sprinting to the side. Nice big run there. Gets to about the 25-yard line. Be a first down there for the Vikings.
Nice run there for the junior Hopwood as he cut to the outside. Pick up another Viking first down. Very impressive by the junior.
Shows Vikings their second and third guys can do it just as well as the first string guys, Dom. So brings up 1st and 10 on the 26 as junior quarterback Zach Smith takes over. Hands it off to number 25, Chris Boyce. Keeps running, runs hard, close to a first down for about 8 yards or so.
Fine run there by Boyce. Boyce, who began the year as a starter with Ehrig and Murray, is now second-string running back. Still an excellent back. Would be a top running back on any other club. Fine run by the senior.
He's an excellent runner too.
Oh, definitely. Great speed to the outside, Andy.
Very good. Let's bring up 2nd and 1 now on the 16-yard line here with 8:23 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a handoff to number 23, Chris Coping, who runs hard there for a 5 or 6 yard gain for another Viking first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Vikings.
Good run by Chris Coping there, the junior, to set up 1st and goal for the Vikings. Chris Coping, Andy, has really emerged as one of the great stories on the Vikings. He has really just played unbelievable football. He's now starting on defense. He's playing great on special teams, and you can see he can run the ball. Very good.
Very well all-around athlete.
Most definitely.
Looks like it's a dive there to Chris Coping again. Gains a couple yards. Bring up probably about 2nd and 8 now. 2nd and goal.
Ball down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 8.
Haslett, second team is moving the ball very well. Just like the first team would be doing. They're playing very well, very hard.
See here, Andy, the clock approaching the 7-minute mark already, the fourth quarter.
Zach Smith has trouble with the snap. Bad snap, probably. Fumbles the ball, falls right on top of it. No harm done there. Be a 3rd down and 8 yards to go now. Coach Outluski might test the arm there of Zach Smith.
2 pieces for a buck.
Which brings up 3rd and 8 on the goal line. Clock still ticking. Zach Smith hands it off to number 25, Chris Boyce, who breaks 3 through a seam. He's close. Oh, they're not going to give it to him. He's close, like on the inch-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th and inches.
Another fine run there, Andy, by Boyce. He just was short of the goal line. It'll be 4th and goal here, and Coach O is going to go for it. It'd be kind of rude if he were to kick a field goal here, but see, nice camera work by our crew with goal line view.
Very excellent shot right there.
And it'll be 4th and goal from the 1. With under 6 minutes remaining in the game.
We got a great camera crew on all our shots. Barrels forward. That's another Viking touchdown. Number 20, Joel Gutsky, finds a seam and just busts on through. Excellent touchdown. That brings the score to a 48-7.
I don't think the Berlin Wall could have kept Gutsky from reaching the goal line there, Andy.
I don't think so.
He was determined to get in, and he just lunged forward. His knees were taken out, and he still got the score. Vikings now lead 48-7.
As looks like number 33, Adam Inman's out there for an extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it's no good, but nice attempt there for number 33, Adam Inman.
Give Matt Danhoff's leg a little rest. Nice attempt by Hinman.
We're going to go down the field with Lawton Luntz. Lawton?
The Vikings now lead 48-7, almost done with the 4th quarter. 464 yards total offensive yards tonight, 341 of them rushing. The Vikings definitely getting it done. Another interesting statistic, the end of the 3rd period, the time of possession was 19 minutes to Haslett and nearly 17 minutes for the Portland Raiders. Very close. Portland's had some chances, but not been able to capitalize. Now back up to you guys.
Thanks for that thanks for that great information, Lawton. So with 5:38 here to go in the 4th quarter, the Vikings lead the Raiders of Portland 48-7 now.
Looks like Ben Murray will be doing the kickoff here for Danhoff.
That's I like to see this. Letting Coach O letting some guys who wouldn't normally do certain things, giving them a tryout, and I think that's really take a look at that replay there, Dom.
You see Gutsky just diving into the end zone. Fine blocking by the line. Nice job by Gutsky. Gives the Vikings a 41-point advantage.
So number 30, Ben Murray, here to kick off.
Going back to what you said about letting Murray kick, that's what makes Coach Otlewski an excellent
That's
coach.
a nice kick, too, by Murray. Excellent kick out to about the 10-yard line.
Very nice.
He's brought down quickly there by a host of Vikings. His time is just slowly eaten away here with about 5:27 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Clock starts up again, the ball in play. And Portland will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 28. Looks like we have a replacement quarterback now in for Portland, I believe. Looks like number 16, Adam Vettis.
Well, let's see if he's got any tricks up his sleeve. There's a pitch out to number 43, Corey Hoskins, who was brought down very quickly by Steve Davich and Justin Salisbury on the excellent tackle by the duo.
Nice job there by Davich and Salisbury. Nice pursuit of number 43, Corey Hoskins. It'll be 2nd and 12 here for Portland.
Vettis comes up to the line, trying for a hard count, trying to draw the defense off sides, pitches it out to Hoskins again, finds a couple holes, breaks a few tackles, and then is brought down by number 57, Steve Davich. Wrapped up and then initially knocked down by Mark Hopwood.
Nice tackle by Davich as number 72, Mike Douglas, checks into the game. Great hit by Davich, but you really got to admire number 43, Corey Hoskins. He's a little guy at 5'8", 150, but he has a big heart there as he rumbled forward for about 6 yards.
This brings up 3rd and 4 now for the Raiders on the 34-yard line. Hand off to Hoskins again. He's breaking free. He's got one man to beat. Brought down from behind by number 26, Will Fedewa.
When you look at that Corey Hoskins, Danny, that's really great to see that youngster get some good yardage.
Excellent run there by the youngster. Found his hole and he broke free for a huge first down.
Vikings defense needs to get together here. It looked a little lackadaisical in the last few plays, but nevertheless, fine run by Hoskins.
So brings up 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line for the Raiders. Pitch out to Hoskins again, who's been very impressive. Little, for being such a little guy, he's running very well, very impressive.
It's really great.
Right.
I mean, the game's out of hand now, of course, and it's nice to see a little guy for Portland like that get some yardage.
Yeah, especially, he should, the way he's been running. And there's a nice shot of us. Hey, wow, I'm liking that. Woo. Two very handsome young men doing their job very well, I must say.
Yes, I'd have to agree with that statement, Andy.
Brings up 2nd and 3 now for the Raiders. And great fake there. Hoskins stumbles forward, close to a first down here. About 1:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. Time is just slowly eating away here. This brings up 3rd and a short 2. I'm going to have to say, though, that Hoskins has impressed me the most out of even the starting backs. I think he should probably definitely be looked at as a starter. He's very quick.
I would have to agree, Andy. I think he's going to get some looks in practice this week.
There's a quarterback sneak there by Vettis. Probably caught the Vikings off sides, but it's probably going to be good enough for a Portland first down, and they're getting close to punching in another touchdown.
We approach the 1-minute mark.
So the clock here hits the 50-second mark as Vikings played very well tonight, Dom.
Unbelievable.
There's a flag on the play.
A lot of credit too has to be given to number 22, Peter Eric, who just had an all-world night tonight.
It looks like it's going to be offsides on the Vikings. They bring up 1st and 5 on the 11-yard line now. Not to get a big head or anything, but there's a nice shot of us, I must say.
Andy, you're swelling.
So here, 1st and 5 with 11 seconds to go. Vettis comes up to the line.